Hey yo, it's Jay with Real Ninja Finance back again. So look, you ever wonder how some people seem to effortlessly grow their wealth while others struggle paycheck to paycheck? It's not just about earning more, although that is very important, but it's also about knowing more. So peep this. Imagine a life where financial stress is a thing of the past, where you're not just saving, but multiplying your money and growing your wealth, where you're achieving financial freedom sooner than you ever thought possible. This is not some far-fetched dream. It's entirely achievable with the right knowledge and strategies. So I'm going to break down that right knowledge for you. I'm going to give you the top 3 most important money rules. Now, these rules aren't just the typical spend less than you make, budget, save, all of that, get out of debt. All of those are true, but it's a level beyond that. So let's get right into it. The most important money rule number 1, understand and utilize leverage. Leverage is using borrowed capital for investment, expecting the profits made to be greater than the interest payable. It's like using a small force to move a large object. A good example of this would be real estate. So let's say I buy a house for $100,000. I come to the table with 25%, so that's $25,000. So I borrow $75,000 of leverage from the bank, and my repayment terms are $700 a month. But that house can rent for $1,200 a month. So I'm gonna put a tenant in there. They're gonna pay me the $1,200, and once I get the $1,200 from the tenant, I'm gonna go to my partner, the bank. I'm gonna pay them the $700 back, and I'm gonna keep the difference, that $500 spread. And all while this is happening, the property is appreciating over time, and the debt on it is being reduced by the tenant. So I'm gaining equity over time, and I'm making money off the cash flow. Of course, there's going to be expenses and things that pop up that need to be maintained that will reduce that cash flow. But I'm just trying to paint a picture so that you understand that leverage is a powerful tool. Just make sure that you do not over leverage yourself, because that's how you get wrecked. You should never fully rely on a tenant or a customer to completely cover your leverage. You should always have enough reserves for down times or slow times to cover the leverage for at least a period of time. Traditional advice does warn against debt and leverage, but strategic leverage can accelerate your wealth building. That's just straight up. Once you truly understand leverage and how to use it, you can make some serious money and substantially grow your wealth. The most important money rule number 2, you need equity to get rich. Now, this is close to rule number 1, because equity, the ownership in any asset after all the debts associated with that asset are paid off, is a very important key to wealth. It's not just about income. It's about building assets that grow in value. That's literally the name of the game in America. You played Monopoly before? What'd you do in Monopoly? You buy, rent, and sell assets. It's the same in real life. You buy, rent, and sell assets. That's the name of the game. And you're able to sell those assets because they accumulate equity the longer you hold them. So say you buy an asset for 100 and you sell it for 200. That difference between the 100 and 200 is the equity that you've accumulated. And if you don't like the difference between 100 and 200, well, you can always force the appreciation and increase the equity that way by making the asset that you purchase way better. You can, if it's a business, you can improve the cash flow and operations. If it's a property, you can rehab it and make it even better. And there's always different ways to improve an asset when you acquire it. The point is, you need to get yourself some equity in something, whether it's a business, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's something you invest in, get you some equity. And my most important money rule number 3, you cannot save your way to wealth. Don't get me wrong, don't twist my words. Saving is important, but it's not enough. Too many things pop up, too many things can happen. Inflation can erode your savings value. The interest rates on savings account ain't nothing. And it's always something popping up. You got these kids, your parents getting older, they ain't prepared to take care of themselves, so it's gonna be on you. It's all kind of stuff you can get sick. It's just too many things that can deplete your savings. That's why it's critical that you focus on acquiring assets and building equity in something, because you never know when you might need to borrow against the asset or sell it outright so that you can take that money and go handle something else. Okay, so those are my top 3 most important rules for money. Let's recap. Rule number 1, you need to understand and utilize leverage. Rule number 2, you need equity to get rich. And rule number 3, you cannot save your way to wealth. Okay, so you know the rules now, but it's not enough to just know them. You need to actually apply these rules to your life. And you could do that by starting small but thinking big. Start with what you can manage. Save up your money. Start acquiring assets little by little, whether it's a stock here or there, or saving up a down payment to buy your first property, or saving up some money to start your first business, buy your first piece of equipment for that business, whatever it is. Start small but think big. Make sure you start with what you can manage. And then education is key. You want to be reading books, attending workshops, getting around like-minded people, following experts on particular subjects to deepen your understanding of that subject. Create yourself a diverse portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your risk around. Seek professional advice. A financial advisor or somebody in the field that you're interested in can provide personalized strategies based on your situation. Just make sure they're a fiduciary or somebody that has your best interests at heart. And just be patient and persistent. Building wealth or financial freedom or whatever you want to call it, just get into the bag. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Most people don't really got it till they get in their 40s. So just keep going, stay committed to your long-term goals, and just keep grinding. And you're going to get there. We all going to get there. We going to make it. We going to be all right, for sure. But that's all I got for y'all. If you need help putting a budget together or anything of that nature, the link will be in the description. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree. I want to know. Make sure you share this to anybody you think need to hear it. Make sure you give me a like for the algorithm and subscribe so I can get my subs up. Appreciate you. Real Ninja Finance.